Hey guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to go over what this little number is in Volzerk's Monsters and Lands Unknown. So basically, this little number is the equivalent to like a Pokemon IV. So basically in Volzerk, they call them an individual scores. So some Mou-Mon have parameters that are higher than normal from the highest to the lowest. So individual scores are ranked as the follow: 4, 3, 2, and 1. So basically, like, the game doesn't really have levels, so they're more like parameter levels. So Mou-Mons do not have levels, so instead each of their individual parameters do. So let's dive in and see what this actually is. So the question is, how do you get these individual scores? So individual scores are one of those items that you just cannot change. So you have to acquire it or crossbreed it. But there is some caveats to crossbreeding. So let me show you some examples. So we got a monster here with no individual score. And let's breed one that has an individual score of 1. So let's just crossbreed these two. Yep, they're doing their little dance there. Oh, that's pretty cool. I haven't seen that one yet, so as you guys see, I'm still unlocking stuff. So as you guys see, the individual score goes. So what I have noticed is the individual scores decrease when you merge or crossbreed. So like, let's say in this case we got let's see, let's find a good case here. So we got an individual score of 3 here, and let's see if we can find one with 1. So from my research, this should give us an individual score of 2. It always seems like it always goes down by 1. But let's just say it was a 3 and a 0. It's a very possibility that you can get 0 as well. But so let me show you this example right here. This should give us an individual score of 2. They're going to do the little dance here. But individual scores are not essential early game. I definitely would focus more on finishing your quest so you can unlock higher monsters. But this is definitely something you would want to pay attention to late game, especially if you're going to be doing competitive stuff, because you want the highest percentage, the highest max yield possible, because it could just be life and death of 1 HP if you didn't have that individual score maxed out. So yep, they're going to go there, and as you guys see, individual score 2. So let's do another one, just to show you guys. So this guy has an individual score of 2. Let's see if we can find one that's... So this guy got an individual score of 1. So in theory, this should give us an individual score of 1. Let's breed that over. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, the best way of getting monsters with individual scores is by doing expeditions, especially going down the ruins, doing the expedition boosts, and capturing eggs. And I'm not going to say it's almost guaranteed, but it's like almost like 70-80% chance when you find a 3-year monster, a decade monster, or a century, it's almost guaranteed they're going to at least have some type of individual score on them. But it is RNG, so you might get unlucky. Typically, that seems to always be my luck. I always seem to get the lower scores or no scores at all, but so. As you guys see, it actually kept the higher individual score. So it is kind of RNG a little bit. As you guys see, it's not always guaranteed to going to be down one score. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do some more research. But from what I'm finding is typically if you got an individual score of higher and then the lower one, it always seems to -1 or grab the lowest one. But in this case, it actually grabbed the highest one. So let's do another quick test here. Let's see if we can find one that's got a really high one. Actually, let's do one that's really low. So let's grab this guy. I know I got some high ones here. Nope. Let's try that again. So, like this guy. This guy's got a 3. Really don't want to do this, but so we're going to do this for science. Let's see. As you guys see, no individual score, and we got an individual score of 3 on the left and a 0 on the right. So let's do this real quick and let's see what we get. So in the last crossbreed we did, we actually got the higher number, which normally it's -1. So there might be a little bit of RNG, but from what I've done, it seems like it's always, you're always going to get the lower score or -1. Okay, it looks like we got a high version there. And let's look at the individual score. See, as you guys see, we had an individual score of 3 and 0, and it gave us 1. So there is a little bit of RNG in this. So there is a possibility you might not get an individual score. So let's crossbreed ones that have the same identical individual scores here. So let's find one here. So we got this guy with 1 and this guy with 1. So in theory, we should get an individual of score of 1 with the offspring here, or the crossbreed. Yep, do a little dun, 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 dun. Do. Wow, that's pretty bright. Yo, that's a 3-star. Okay, so as you guys see, it seems like it kept the individual score of 1 here. So let's do some more testing here and see if we can get another one. So let's do another individual score of 1 and 1. So let's see what this gives us. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get you guys some more guides as the more I understand this game. There's definitely a lot of RNG. But right now I'm at the stage of the game where it's getting super expensive, so I got to spend a lot of hours off screen kind of grinding, because I'm still on chapter or episode 10. I'm about 70% done, so once I get up to that last chapter, I'll definitely do a video for you guys. But as you guys see, we got the individual score of 1, so it looks like it keeps the same individual score. So let's see if we can breed an individual score of a little bit higher, just to rule that out. Let's see. Let's do this one that's got 2. How did it? 2. No. Yeah, I'm not trying to. Let's see. Let's see if we can find another one. Okay, we're gonna do this like koi fish, and let's see, what do we got here for choices? Okay, well, that seems like a good choice right there. So both got individual scores of 2. So in theory, we should get an individual score of 2, but this will kind of prove our point here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, we got a high version. And yes, guys, I finally have learned the switch. That's definitely beneficial. So if you guys aren't familiar, it doesn't always show everything here. So if you go to switch, it'll show you what was inherited and what was not inherited. So this is kind of the RNG roll right down here. So as you guys see, it kept the individual score 2. Okay, initiation. So if you guys are wondering why these individual scores are like so important, or just, you know, why they exist, let's look. As you guys see here, we got the parameters here. So higher the individual scores, the higher these numbers are going to have potential max out. So like, let's say you have just a random monster, its individual score is 0 and it maxes out at 100. So if you got an individual score of 1, it might be 125. I haven't figured out what the actual percentage is, but once I figure that out, I'll make an update video. But these definitely affect the actual parameters here. If you guys actually know the actual parameter percentages, let me know down in the comments down below, because I'm definitely interested. But yeah, other than that, I think I'm gonna end the video here. Hopefully this was definitely useful. Individual scores will definitely be very helpful for in-game, especially if you guys are getting stuck on certain, you know, in-game monsters, or I'm gonna see it more beneficial for maybe doing PvP, because you obviously want to be as high tack, you know, you want to have high stats as possible, and that's the only way to do it. But the caveat is you can't just, it's not like you just use an item and that's how it is. You have to acquire these guys through expeditions and doing ruins, getting eggs. So doing your, you know, your daily check-ins, your 7-day eggs, that's one possibility of getting monsters with individual scores. Another is doing boosted expeditions. I would definitely recommend doing the boosted expeditions. Only way to do it. Trying to find an egg in a regular expedition is very slim. I'm finding it's less than 20% of potential drop. It could be even less than that. I've gotten lucky and gotten a couple on non-boosted, but I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I definitely would do boosted and not waste your time, because this game could definitely be very grindy. But yeah, let me know down below if I got anything wrong, or if you guys got anything else to add to the video. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.